Let's go back in time when kids didn't have an Xbox, a PlayStation, an iPad, an iPhone, or whatever. Let's go back to the good old days, the 70s and 80s, when kids played with COLORFORMS. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming at you with another video. This is my second time recording this video because I recorded the whole video. The audio didn't work. I don't know why the audio didn't work. So let's get through this and I'll act like it's spontaneous and I haven't seen these before. We're going to talk about COLORFORMS. You're saying, what is color? No, you're not. You know what COLORFORMS are, but let's just say you're some kid and you don't know what COLORFORMS are. They were these rubber little stickers that would go on a piece of cardboard. You could just peel them up and use them over and over again. They would never stop sticking. At least I don't think they would. And you dropped them on the floor, you didn't have to worry about getting hair all in them. They wasn't really sticky. I don't know how they worked. It was like magic as a kid. And they made a lot of COLORFORMS. No Star Wars ones. They didn't make Star Wars COLORFORMS. Now I know you're going to tell me, Junkman, they made a Snoopy one in space. So, that's not Star Wars. I want Luke Skywalker COLORFORMS, not Snoopy. I want Han Solo COLORFORMS, not Linus. So, I wasted a lot of your time. So I'm going to stop wasting your time. We're going to look at these COLORFORMS from the 70s and 80s. I think you're going to enjoy this video because I got something really cool at the end to show you. That's a tease, but let's look at them here. Here we go. Whew, this is one I actually had. I had this one right here. Pac-Man, because I had Pac-Man fever. Yeah, I did. I had Pac-Man fever. There we go, Pac-Man. Oh, how much fun is this? You put them all over the board. I don't remember what the board looked like. I wish I did. I wish I pulled up a picture of the board, but hey, that would take an extra 2 minutes. I ain't got time for that. But there's Pac-Man. You can have him eating some ghost. If Miss Pac-Man joined in the fun, I'm not really sure. And you know what was really big in the 70s? I mean, really, really huge in the 70s? Kiss! Who didn't love Kiss in the 70s? Oh my God. The Destroyer album. Oh, Beth. Remember that song? Beth, I hear you calling. But I can't come home right now. 'Cause me and the boys are playing. And we just can't find the time. Sound, but just can't find this. I was a kid. I thought that was about a group of kids that wanted to play. And I was like, yeah, that's how I feel. My mama calls me and tells me, come in. I can't come in right now. We're playing. I was stupid. Kiss, wasn't Kiss awesome in the 70s? I know they made music in the 80s, but we're talking Kiss of the 70s. Of course, you knew Gene Simmons was going to make this. He'll throw Kiss logo and face on anything. But man, this thing looks awesome. I tell you what else was big in the 70s, and I don't mean just popular, I mean big. This game was huge, because it was King Kong. King Kong was so huge. The King Kong, he didn't wear underwear or nothing, but I never did see his slong. I don't know about that. I used to always say, King Kong went to Hong Kong to play ping pong with his ding dong. I don't know, I just thought that was so funny as a kid. Hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's pretty funny today. But here it is. A Super Colossus King Kong COLORFORM set. This thing looks bad. I was going to say a bad word after bad. ASS. This thing looks awesome. I would get this. This thing looks really cool. But you know what I wouldn't get? I wouldn't get, I wouldn't get this. If I got this for Christmas, I would ask to legally divorce my parents. Look at this. Little House on the Prairie. COLORFORMS. We didn't get Star Wars, but we got this. I'm going to put a little sticker of Laurel Ingalls going to the feed store. Oh, how horrible is this? This might be the worst COLORFORM ever created by man. Whoever came up with this probably has the answer to the Lord and Savior when he passes away for releasing this upon the world. Now, I wasn't a fan of Little House on the Prairie. No, I mean, who was besides dorky little girls? But you know what I was a fan of? The Smurfs. The Smurfs. I love the Smurfs. And this is back when the Smurfs was cool, when they had one girl and her name was Smurfette. I think the bad guy made her. Gargoyle, whatever his name was, I think he made her. You want to tell me in the comments his name? I know it. I just didn't pronounce it right. But here it is. I had this one as a kid also. I love this thing. You can stick it. But I remember someone lost my Laffy Smurf. But I love this. But I know what you guys like. I didn't really get into this, but I know you did because you guys love to make phone calls. And when you call people, you love to call the real Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Slimer. Now, I never really got into the real Ghostbusters. Never even saw it. But I know a lot of you do love it. I don't know. It just wasn't on my radar as a kid, but it was for you. Hell, I didn't even see the live action movie. When I saw part, I never really sat down and watched the Ghostbusters movies until like a few years ago. It was okay. I don't see what a lot it was about, but it was okay. I guess I had to see it as a kid. But this is the real Ghostbusters playset. Now, these things were called playsets, but in my book, a Death Star, Kenner Death Star is a playset. These aren't, but I guess technically maybe they are. They are a set, and you can play with it. And you know what I wouldn't have played with? A man that touches his genitalia. The Michael Jackson Colorform set. I know. Oh, Michael Jackson's great, living legend. Well, used to be a living legend. No, Billie Jean's okay. At the time, maybe beat it, but I never got into Michael Jackson. I don't see what the hype's about. The Thriller video was too long. Remember that? Black, oh white, black, oh white, black, oh white. Who cares? Oh, hate it. Oh. I did have a leather jacket. Well, not leather. I had a zipper jacket that had zippers all over. And there was a glove at the Olympia Ski Center I wanted to buy. It was like Michael Jackson. I don't know why. I wasn't a fan. But you just couldn't escape it as a kid of the 80s. And the zipper jacket, mine was gray. I got it at TGA and Y. And I felt like it was made out of whatever trash bags are made out of. Oh, it was horrible. But I do know something you guys really like. I know something, guys, you really like. G.I. Joe Colorforms. But look at this G.I. Joe set. This is back in the 70s when G.I. Joe was trying his best to rip off Kenner's $6 Million Man line. You got Bullet Man. I think I did a whole video about him. You got the Caveman Rock Guy. I know I did a video about that. You got G.I. Joe. And then you got this fake Steve Austin here. G.I. Joe, be yourself. Don't try to rip off $6 Million Man. And Adventure Team G.I. Joe. But, you know, even girls got into Colorforms with Poppy Plops, Poppy Ploops, Papa Plops, whatever this is called. It looks horrible girl stuff. And I know my buddy Russ is probably like, that's not just for girls. I had that. It was a cutie patootie when I was little. Well, sorry, Russ. You play with girl toys. No, this is horrible. I don't even know what else I can say about it. I don't even know what I can say about it. But I tell you what I did in the 70s, and a lot of you did too. We watched variety shows. And there was no way you watched variety shows without watching two Mormons that were brother and sisters who act like they were lovers. That was Donnie and Marie. Here they are wearing their M&D shirt. Don't worry, Junkman's not going to make a shirt with the M&D. Well, I might do it. I might do it after all. Looks pretty cool. But here you go. She's a little bit country and he's a little bit rock and roll. And you can use the Colorforms to make them like that. Oh, there's Disco Donnie. And who's that girl with the Daisy Dukes on? That's Marie Osmond. I'll meet her in Montana anytime. Man, that is cool. But it's not as cool as the talking car in Colorform form. Colorform form. Here it is, Knight Rider. Ooh, I never saw Knight Rider as a kid. I ain't gonna lie. That maybe it came on the same time Magnum came on, or Riptide. I'm not really sure. And to me, when I think David Hasselhoff, I think of Spencer. I think that was his name on As the World Turns. Remember that? Could be wrong, but that's who I would think of. But we looked at G.I. Joe and you're thinking, that's not the G.I. Joe I grew up on. I want to see the real G.I. Joe. Well, here you go. G.I. Joe. Here they are. This is when I think G.I. Joe, this is what I think of. G.I. Joe right here. The real American hero. You hear that, Action Man? You can be the hero in the UK. Oh, I'm going to kick your arse. I'm going to call my mum. Oh, well, sorry, but when it comes to a real hero, he's American, and his name is G.I. Joe, and there he is. Now, in the late 80s, these were popular. They turned blue singing grapes into toys, and well, it wasn't grapes, it was raisins. Sorry, the California. I can't believe they didn't make Star Wars, but they made California raisins. Come on now, come on now. Now, I tell you, in the 70s, there was one thing to watch and play with that was a lot of fun. A failed television show from the 60s called Star Trek. Why does Spock have mascara on? Is that what you put on your eye? I'm not really sure. That's not Spock. That's James Charles. I like Star Trek and everything, but I don't know why Spock's got makeup on. And there's the old Bones himself. And right there in the middle, you got it. That's not Malcolm. That's Captain James T. Kirk. But I tell you, in the 80s, there was one show I had to watch. I had to rush home to watch this show. I mean, I had to watch this show. And that's Dukes of Hazzard. I don't remember any Colorforms from it, but I wish I did. Oh, I wish I did. I wonder if they had a color form of the hog. You know what I'm talking about. The big hog. Boss hog. Boss hog was one big hog. I hope they had an Enos. I hope they had a Flash. I hope that you got to put the Daisy Duke's on Daisy Duke. That would have been a lot of fun. Oh, a lot of fun. Now, when it came to merchandise in the 70s, merchandise tied into a movie of the 70s, there was one that was really big. And it was Star Wars, but they didn't make Star Wars. But there was another one that was big when it came to merchandise in the movie also. And we're talking Planet of the Apes. That's right. You can have a color form of Cornelius. Cornelius, you can just stick him on everything right there. Who knows? Might have Charlton Heston. I don't know. It might have Charlton Heston. I doubt it, though. And let's say you're a girl in the 70s or a boy in the 70s that liked Sean Cassidy. I'm not judging it. Here he is. Or maybe that's David Cassidy. I'm not a Cassidy expert. It's either Sean Cassidy or David Cassidy. I'm not really sure. At first, I thought it was Davy Jones, but he was from the Monkees. So no, it's either Sean Cassidy or David Cassidy. You don't have to tell me in the comments. I don't really care. I don't care which one this is. I think it's Sean Cassidy, but then I think it might be David. I don't know. I don't know who this is, to be honest with you. It's one of the Cassidy guys. I know that. I know something. That's not Daisy Dukes. Those are not Daisy Dukes. They're too long. And the color forms look weird. But you could put your clothes on him. And what if you was a Spider-Man fan? Well, not only did you get color forms, you got rub and play color forms. That's rub and play. My uncle used to play a game called Rub and Play. I don't remember what it had to do with color forms, but it was a lot of fun. Here we go, color forms, magic transfer set. This has got little stands, everything. I know exactly what this was. I know I could look it up and everything, but that would take an extra 2 minutes. But I promise you, the coolest thing ever, the coolest thing you ever seen, I've ever seen, everybody's ever seen. Check this out from Color Forms. The A-Team Amazing Disguise Kit. This is like a little Wally Willy guy that you take the little pen, you put the little magnet fur on him and stuff, but you can do it with Magnum. No, you can't. Why did I say Magnum? You can do it with Mr. T. I know my buddy Joe. Joe, you know you are. You would like this. You can give him a real weird-looking farmer hat. You can give him an evil mustache. You can give him a hat with horns on it. You can give him a big old full beard. You can give him a cowboy hat. You could even give him an eye patch. How about that? Color forms. Whoa, kids. Use the magic wand to create lots of far out hairstyles and secret disguises. I love this. I got to find this. I want this. This thing looks rad. Awesome right there. But there we go. We got through the video again. Whew, sorry this video was late, but sometimes Junkman doesn't know what he's been making videos for years, but sometimes he doesn't know what he's doing. But let me know about some color forms you had. Did you have any? I know you did. Don't tell me you didn't. Let me know the color forms you had. And if you had a little house on the prairie one, keep it yourself. No one cares.